Musk family is a well-known and influential family that has significantly contributed to business, entertainment, and technology. Maye Musk, a Canadian South African nutritionist and model with decades of experience, is in charge. Errol Musk, her ex-husband, is an electromechanical engineer from South Africa. They have 3 children: Tosca Musk, a filmmaker and the creator of the streaming service Passionflix; Kimball Musk, a restaurateur and food advocate dedicated to sustainable agriculture; and Elon Musk, the visionary entrepreneur behind SpaceX, Tesla, and other businesses. Every member of the Musk family has blazed a distinct trail, fostering creativity and innovation in their specialized industries while continuing to captivate the world with their abilities, drive, and intricate family relationships. Errol Musk. Elon, Kimball, and Tosca Musk's father, Errol Musk, was born in South Africa in 1946. Errol grew up in a country that was deeply divided along racial and economic lines during the apartheid period. His early years were influenced by affluence and the strict expectations of a conservative home. He was born into a white South African family of British ancestry. Errol was raised with a strong sense of self-discipline and views due to his father's military service as a distinguished South African officer. Engineering and practical skills. Errol was exposed to an education that strongly emphasized engineering and practical skills while growing up in Pretoria. This city would later play a significant role in his children's development. He showed a keen interest in mathematics and mechanics from an early age, which prepared him for a future in electromechanical engineering. In addition, he became passionate about the outdoors and adventure, 2 things that would follow him throughout his life. Errol was a standout student at Chatham High School in Pretoria, where he also showed potential in technical courses. After graduating from high school, he sought a degree in electromechanical engineering, which blends mechanical and electrical engineering elements. He later became engaged in several engineering and construction projects, both domestically and overseas, after receiving the training that allowed him to work on complicated systems. Intellectually gifted and physically adventurous. Errol Musk had a busy and varied childhood, but he's most renowned today for being the father of tech billionaire Elon Musk. He worked as an engineer, experimented with real estate, and even flew tiny planes. He once boasted of having an emerald mine in Zambia and was renowned for his academic prowess and physical daring. However, the specifics of that assertion are still unclear and often contested. Errol was known for having a strong and commanding attitude during his teens and early adulthood. His severe manner made a lasting impression on everybody around him. He was ambitious, clever, and opinionated. He displayed charm and instability in his early relationships, traits that would later affect his family life. In the early 1970s, he wed Canadian-South African dietitian and model Maye Haldeman. Elon, Kimball, and Tosca were the couple's 3 children before their 1979 divorce. Played a formative role. Errol significantly influenced his children's early development, even if he eventually became distant from some of them. He encouraged a competitive intellectual atmosphere, funded their studies, and introduced them to engineering and technology. Errol ensured his kids had access to literature, projects, and experiences that promoted curiosity and problem-solving skills despite the family's several residences around South Africa. Combination of affluence, intellect, and complexity characterized Errol Musk's early life. His technology prowess, determination, and spirit of adventure set the stage for a life that would have a significant, if complex, impact on one of the most talked-about families of the 21st century. Entrepreneur and property developer. South African electromechanical engineer, businessman, and real estate developer Errol Musk has had a complicated, ambitious, and contentious life. His entrepreneurial endeavors demonstrate his technical proficiency and willingness to take risks, and his professional career has included several sectors. Errol worked on engineering projects during his prime, including energy systems and infrastructure development. According to reports, he was a consultant on high-value projects and worked on significant building contracts in South Africa and other countries. He was able to switch between disciplines with ease because of his broad skill set. He also sometimes worked in real estate and mining, most notably when he made the hotly contested claim to a portion of an emerald mine in Zambia. Overshadowed by his son's fame. Even though his son Elon Musk's international renown sometimes eclipsed Errol's economic accomplishments, he was prosperous in his early years. His riches and adventurous lifestyle were highlighted by his many houses and possessions, which included a boat and a private jet. Unquestionably, Errol's work ethic and business sense impacted his kids, especially Elon, who was exposed to engineering, entrepreneurship, and financial management principles at a young age. But Errol's private life has been more tumultuous. In 1970, he wed Canadian-born dietitian and model Maye Musk. Elon, Kimball, and Tosca were the couple's 3 children, and they had reared in Pretoria, South Africa. Despite being solid at first, the marriage became more tense with time. Maye has spoken openly about the difficulties she had in their relationship, characterizing it as emotionally complicated and even violent. One of the most crucial turning points in their life was their divorce in 1979. Brilliant but deeply flawed. After the divorce, their children's custody was divided. Elon chose to live with Errol for several years, which ultimately caused conflict. Despite supporting his children's education and fostering their intellectual curiosity, Errol's harsh and sometimes hostile demeanor gradually distanced him from Elon and the other Musk siblings. Elon has described his childhood with Errol as painful and called his father a brilliant but profoundly flawed guy in interviews. Has maintained a low profile. Although he periodically makes headlines for provocative remarks or family-related issues, Errol Musk has maintained a low public presence in recent years. In several interviews, he often discusses his participation in his children's lives and shares his thoughts on current affairs. Errol came under the public spotlight again in 2018 when it was discovered that he was the father of a child with his stepdaughter. This incident made his already tense connection with his family much more difficult. His legacy is linked to his foundation. Errol still manages his assets and resides in South Africa today. He no longer actively participates in major technical projects, but is intellectually stimulated and financially secure. Errol Musk's legacy is intrinsically connected to the foundation he helped establish for one of the most powerful families in the world. Despite the issues that have followed him, his life, which both personal struggles and commercial success have influenced, fascinates and divides the public. Maye Haldeman. On April 19, 1948, Maye Haldeman was born in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. She was one of 5 children born to Winifred or Win Haldeman and Dr. Joshua Haldeman, an amateur archaeologist and chiropractor. Her early years were characterized by an adventurous personality, a strong desire to learn, and principles ingrained in her family's way of life. Her father was a pilot when her parents relocated the family from Canada to South Africa in 1950, when she was a little child. This daring start paved the way for Maye's development into a strong, driven lady. Exposed to diverse cultures and experiences. While growing up in Pretoria, South Africa, Maye was exposed to various cultures and experiences. Her parents were outspoken and inquisitive, sometimes traveling to far-flung regions of Africa to look for lost towns and prehistoric treasures. They often took Maye and her siblings along on these adventures, which helped her develop a strong respect for bravery and independence. She thanks her parents for giving the perspective that would help her overcome numerous obstacles in life, that she could do everything she put her mind to. Early interest in nutrition and science. Maye did very well in school and had an early interest in science and nutrition. She also started modeling at 15 because of her remarkable appearance. Despite the glitz and glamour of modeling, Maye stayed committed to her studies. She demonstrated her commitment to learning and self-improvement by graduating with a degree in dietetics from the University of Pretoria. She subsequently earned a master's in dietetics from the University of Toronto in Canada and a nutritional science degree from the University of Orange Free State in South Africa. Promise and hardship. Maye's early adulthood was filled with both promise and adversity. When she was 22, she married Errol Musk, a driven and intelligent South African engineer. 3 children were born to the couple: Tosca, Kimball, and Elon. Their marriage became more tense, even though their early years as a family seemed solid. Since then, Maye has made public statements on the mental strain and hardships she endured while dating Errol, which ultimately resulted in their 1979 divorce. Rebuilding her personal and professional life. Maye had to rebuild her personal and professional life while providing for her family as a recently single mother of 3. She often took on many jobs to make ends meet while juggling her employment as a dietitian and modeling. She managed the emotional and financial strains of parenting her kids mostly independently because of her perseverance and strong work ethic. Intellect, strength, and fearlessness. Maye Musk's birth and early years demonstrate a unique fusion of strength, courage, and intelligence. Maye set the groundwork for her success and significantly impacted her kids from her adventurous upbringing in South Africa to her will to seek education and freedom. Her tale is one of tenacity, flexibility, and the unsung power that underpins a life led with direction and vision. Modeling career and academic accomplishments. Her modeling career and academic achievements show Maye Musk's tenacity, adaptability, and unwavering sense of purpose. Maye defied expectations by beginning her modeling career as a youngster in South Africa and obtaining 2 master's degrees in nutrition, while establishing a successful career in the fashion business. Her ability to balance parenting and ambition and between glitz and intelligence has made her journey anything but traditional. She worked for the South African fashion scene. Encouraged by friends and family who appreciated her elegance and attractive features, Maye started modeling at 15. She worked consistently in the South African fashion industry throughout the 1960s and 70s, appearing in regional publications, ads, and runway presentations. She never thought of modeling as a career, however. Instead, she saw work as a means of providing for her family and herself while pursuing her more profound passion, nutrition and health. A strong desire to expand her knowledge. Driven by a strong desire to broaden her knowledge and provide knowledgeable nutrition advice, Maye pursued further study after finishing her dietetics undergraduate degree at the University of Pretoria. She later graduated from the University of the Orange Free State in South Africa with her first master's degree in nutritional science. She earned a second master's degree in dietetics from the University of Toronto years after relocating to Canada with her kids. Her academic accomplishments established her reputation as a reputable professional in South Africa and North America. Maye combined her technical knowledge with a compassionate attitude to assisting people in leading better lifestyles as a registered dietitian who established a private business, presented lectures, and participated in research. Academic and family responsibilities. As an adult, Maye kept up her part-time modeling career while concentrating on her family and school obligations. However, her modeling career had a notable comeback in her later years. She became a symbol of age optimism and authenticity in her 60s and 70s by continuing to pose with silver hair and natural aging lines, defying industry conventions. She started working on global campaigns for well-known companies like CoverGirl, Target, and Virgin America after signing with big modeling agencies like IMG Models. She's appeared on the covers of prominent publications like Time, Elle, and New York Magazine, demonstrating that relevance and beauty endure despite aging. Her unique ability to bridge contrasting worlds. Maye's 2 professions, dietetics and modeling, represent her exceptional capacity to unite disparate fields. Her academic background attests to her discipline, intelligence, and dedication to public health, while her modeling career demonstrates her grace, self-assurance, and classic style. She's a role model for aspiring models, dietitians, and anybody looking to reinvent themselves at any point, since she has successfully embraced both fashion and science rather than choosing between them. The tale of Maye Musk is one of passion, tenacity, and reinvention. Her exploration in science and fashion shows a lady who has never let hardship, age, or gender norms restrict her boundaries. Instead, she shatters stereotypes, demonstrating that women may be intelligent and attractive at any age. Their struggling marriage. Successful author, dietitian, and model Maye Musk has recently spoken out about her emotional challenges while married to South African engineer Errol Musk, the father of her 3 children, Elon, Kimball, and Tosca. Although Elon Musk's technological and space exploration endeavors have been the main factor in the Musk family's worldwide fame, Maye's path has garnered notice for its intricacy and depth. Her contemplation on a marriage that she characterized as very miserable, characterized by emotional tension and imbalance, lies at the heart of that trip. The relationship became emotionally challenging. In May 1970, Errol and Maye Musk married after meeting in South Africa. Maye was in her early 20s, bright, driven, and modeling while studying dietetics. At first glance, the marriage seemed to be the merger of 2 prosperous people with similar goals. However, as Maye subsequently disclosed, the relationship became complex and emotionally draining. In her 2019 biography, A Woman Makes a Plan and Other Interviews, Maye characterized Errol as domineering and often cruel. She said that she had experienced a lot of anxiety, emotional manipulation, and criticism throughout their time together, which progressively undermined her self-esteem and contentment. She felt small and unworthy. When Maye talks about her previous marriage, her tone is one of introspection and resolution, even though she seldom goes into graphic detail. According to her, Errol's actions caused her to feel inferior and undeserving, exacerbating the poisonous atmosphere at home. She also recognized how hard it was to end a marriage, especially in the social and cultural context of South Africa in the 1970s, when divorce was stigmatized and women's financial instability was a major worry. Post-divorce was far from easy. In May 1979, Maye and Errol Musk divorced after over 10 years of being together. Their 3 small children were left to be raised by her alone. After a divorce, the first few years were quite challenging. To make ends meet, she took on a variety of professions such as modeling and nutrition counseling. In times of financial hardship, Maye depended on her willpower and ingenuity to support her family. She has, however, often said that she was more content as a single mother than she ever had been when she was married. She challenged the notion. Many women throughout the globe have found resonance in Maye's experience of ending an unsatisfactory marriage. She's contested that happiness and success must be linked to a conventional marriage or a partner's acceptance by speaking her truth. Her post-divorce life, which was characterized by academic success, a professional comeback, and personal reinvention, demonstrates that one may find strength and contentment on one's own terms. Maye has shown that honesty and openness may be effective means of recovery and development by candidly discussing the emotional suffering of her marriage to Elon Musk. People throughout the globe are inspired by her bravery in leaving an unpleasant circumstance, starting over, and thriving on her own. Elon Musk. Born in Pretoria, South Africa, on June 28, 1971, Elon Musk is a highly prominent and controversial person of the 21st century. He's the oldest child of South African electromechanical engineer Errol Musk and Canadian-South African model and nutritionist Maye Musk. Elon stood out from his friends at a young age because of his curiosity, intellect, and desire. His early years were characterized by emotional difficulties, especially about his family relationships and school life, even if they were also influenced by privilege and intellectual exposure. His fascination toward technology and space. Elon became fascinated with technology and space as a youngster. When he was 10, he taught himself computer programming and made the video game Blastar, which he sold for around $500. He was regarded as a calm, reflective youngster who read a lot and often lost himself in physics, philosophy, and science fiction literature. Elon's reclusive personality made him a target for peers, and he was frequently tormented at school despite having exceptional intelligence. Elon Musk has characterized his early years as emotionally taxing, and he also had a tense relationship with his father, Errol Musk. Avoided mandatory military service. Before relocating to Canada at 17 to attend Queen's University in Ontario, Elon finished his early schooling in South Africa. He fled South Africa in search of better possibilities and in part to escape being drafted into the military. After 2 years at Queen's, he attended the University of Pennsylvania and obtained dual degrees in economics and physics. Elon was already developing bold theories about how technology might influence the future, especially in fields like space exploration, renewable energy, and the internet. His early business ventures. The 1990s saw the start of Elon Musk's commercial endeavors. He and his brother, Kimball Musk, co-founded Zip2, a city guide software firm, in 1995. Elon made $22 million when the business was sold to Compaq for around $300 million. He put a significant portion of his profits back into his next company, X.com, an online financial services platform that merged to become PayPal. In 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in equity, of which Musk earned $165 million. PayPal had transformed online payments. He founded SpaceX. Elon chose to utilize his wealth to tackle what he saw as the most significant problems facing mankind rather than retiring early. He established SpaceX, Space Exploration Technologies Corp., in 2002 to lower the cost of space travel and ultimately settle on Mars. Despite early setbacks, SpaceX was the first commercial enterprise to launch a spacecraft and, eventually, humans to the International Space Station. It created the robust Starship rocket, the reusable Falcon rockets, and the Starlink satellite broadband service. He joined Tesla Motors. Musk became chairman of the electric car firm Tesla Motors in 2004 before becoming CEO and product architect. Under his direction, Tesla went from being a niche EV manufacturer to becoming one of the most valuable manufacturers in the world. To increase manufacturing, the corporation constructed gigafactories worldwide. It unveiled revolutionary models, including Model S, Model 3, and Model Y. Musk's vision of a clean energy future is reflected in Tesla's expansion into solar and energy storage solutions. His influences. In addition to SpaceX and Tesla, Musk has founded or influenced other businesses such as OpenAI, an artificial intelligence research lab, the Boring Company, which specializes in tunnel construction and transportation infrastructure, and Neuralink, a neurotechnology company that seeks to connect the human brain with computers. Musk's conviction in advancing science and technology for the sake of humanity, or as some detractors contend, to sate his insatiable ambition, is evident in each endeavor. His achievements transformed entire industries. Musk has continued to be a divisive figure in recent years. Unquestionably, he has transformed whole sectors, yet his outspoken remarks, erratic leadership style, and social media conduct have brought criticism. Musk bought Twitter, now X, in 2022, which resulted in a significant reorganization and controversy. There's been much discussion over his platform management, with some applauding his support for free expression and others denouncing the proliferation of false information and platform instability. One of the wealthiest people. With a net worth that's varied but has continuously been in the top tier worldwide, Elon Musk is now among the wealthiest people in the world. He still serves as the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, while juggling his engagement in other projects. Musk is the father of many children and has been married several times. His renownedly vigorous and demanding work ethic remains a fundamental aspect of who he is. Sources indicate that he works 80 to 100 hours a week across all his firms. Electric vehicles, private space travel, and artificial intelligence. Musk's impact goes much beyond the realm of business. Conversations on artificial intelligence, private spaceflight, electric cars, and even the future of human society have changed due to him. Like Steve Jobs or Thomas Edison, he's seen by his fans as a visionary inventor. He's criticized for being careless, conceited, and unaccountable. Whatever one's stance, denying Elon Musk's influence on contemporary technology and international debate is impossible. Elon Musk's path from a bright youngster in South Africa to a titan of global invention is one of audacious ideas, unwavering perseverance, and deep intricacy. The world keeps a close eye on him as he negotiates the challenges and difficulties that lie ahead, and his life continues to play out on a very public stage. Kimball Musk. Born in Pretoria, South Africa on September 20, 1972, Kimball Musk is a well-known philanthropist, chef, and entrepreneur known for supporting sustainable agriculture and working in the food sector. Kimball has made a name for himself as the younger brother of tech tycoon Elon Musk, reflecting his love for cuisine, community, and the environment. Although he grew up similarly to his brother, he has prioritized developing a more just and healthful food system above technology in his career. Education, innovation, and self-reliance. Kimball was raised in a home emphasizing learning, creativity, and independence. Like Elon, he was encouraged to follow his passions and think for himself. After relocating to North America, Kimball attended Queen's University in Canada to study business in the mid-1990s. After becoming very interested in business, he started working with his brother on early digital projects. Zip2, a software firm that offered business directories and maps for newspapers, was co-founded by him. In 1999, the business was sold to Compaq for around $300 million, marking the first notable financial success for the Musk brothers. Shifted his focus towards a different passion. Even though he worked in technology, Kimball quickly turned his attention to other passions, cooking. Kimball reevaluated his life's purpose after surviving the dot-com bubble and a severe accident in 2020 that left him momentarily a paraplegic. After enrolling in culinary school, he started researching the potential of food to enhance personal well-being and foster better communities. His experience with healing and recovery strengthened his notion that everyone should have access to wholesome food. Co-founded several food-related ventures. Later, Kimball co-founded several food-related businesses. One of the most well-known is the Kitchen Restaurant Group, which consists of the more laid-back, family-friendly brand Next Door American Eatery and the community-focused restaurant concept The Kitchen. These eateries represent Kimball's conviction that cuisine should be good and ethical by focusing on sustainability and locally sourcing products. Food education and urban agriculture. Along with his work in hospitality, Kimball has emerged as a national authority on urban agriculture and food education. In 2011, he co-founded Big Green, a nonprofit that constructs outdoor learning gardens in American schools. Through practical experiences, these gardens teach kids about the environment, good food, and nutrition. With a focus on underprivileged neighborhoods, Big Green has visited hundreds of schools and seeks to bring about sustainable culture changes in how youth see food. Board member for several major companies. As a board member of several significant businesses, such as SpaceX and Tesla, Kimball Musk maintains ties to the larger family's entrepreneurial heritage. However, rather than focusing on high-tech disruption, his brand and public image are grounded in sustainability, community, and health. To change the American food system from one that prioritizes quick, manufactured meals to one that encourages community involvement, education, and health, Kimball Musk still strikes a balance between his corporate endeavors and charitable endeavors. His art expresses a conviction that food is a potent instrument for social change and a source of nutrition. Tosca Musk. Tosca Musk is a well-known filmmaker and businesswoman born in Pretoria, South Africa on July 20, 1974. She was raised with her brothers, Elon and Kimball Musk, and is the youngest child of Canadian-South African model and dietitian Maye Musk and South African engineer Errol Musk. In 1989, Tosca and her mother relocated to Canada after her parents' divorce in 1979, where she followed her dream of becoming a filmmaker. 1997, she graduated from the University of British Columbia with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Film Studies. Her career in the film industry. In 2001, Tosca founded Musk Entertainment, marking the start of her career in the film business. Under this umbrella, her brother Elon served as executive producer for Puzzled, her first feature film. The Truth About Miranda, Cruel World, and We Have Your Husband are just a few of the movies and television shows she's produced and directed. She co-founded the groundbreaking online series Tiki Bar TV in 2005, which attracted a lot of attention and was featured by Steve Jobs during an Apple keynote. Co-founded Passionflix. Tosca co-founded the subscription streaming service Passionflix in 2017, which turned romantic books into movies. As CEO, she has directed the creation of many adaptations, including the Gabriel's Inferno trilogy, Hollywood Dirt, and Afterburn/Aftershock. Passionflix has received praise for its dedication to bringing popular romantic tales to the big screen and emphasizing the female viewpoint. A single mother. In addition to her career accomplishments, Tosca is a single mother to twins, Grayson and Isabeau. Using IVF and a sperm donor, she decided to establish a family on her own and has been candid about her experience becoming a mother. Tosca Musk has established a distinct place in the entertainment world because of her commitment to narrative, especially in romance. Audiences looking for moving stories and real depictions of love are drawn to her work. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon